Revered Swami Vivekananda Ji Maharaj, Secretary, Ramakrishna Mission, Institute of Culture, Gold Park. Revered Swami Vivekananda Ji Maharaj, Secretary, Ramakrishna Mission Centre for Human Excellence and Social Sciences, Newtown. Our esteemed guests from the Dibyayan Yoga Research Centre, our respected Chairman Sir, Shri Harshvardhan Neotia, and dear fellow colleagues, a very good morning to you all. Welcome to the 266th edition and exhibition on the life and messages of Swami Vivekananda, a remarkable initiative driven by the dedicated efforts of Dibyayan Yoga Research Centre, supported by Ramakrishna Mission. Today, Ambuja Neotia Parivar feels immensely humbled and privileged to host this insightful exhibition within our premises for the very first time. As we gather here today, we are reminded of the immense significance of this day. On the 31st of May, we commemorate a truly momentous event in the life of Swami Vivekananda, a day that marked the beginning of his transformative journey to America. It was on this very day, 31st of May 1893, that Swami Vivekananda embarked on his voyage from Bombay, setting sail on his ship named Peninsula. This voyage not only carried him across vast oceans, but also symbolized a profound mission to disseminate the profound teachings of Vedanta and the spiritual heritage of India to the Western world. This exhibition is one of the first observances of the momentous event of Swamiji's embarkation for the visit to US. During his time in America, Swami Vivekananda traveled not only across the United States, but also visited China, Japan, and Canada. Everywhere he went, he shared his enlightened insights, engaged in dialogues that transcended cultural and religious boundaries, and left an indelible impression on countless individuals. His lectures, discourses, and personal interactions ignited a spiritual awakening, inspiring people from all walks of life to delve into the depths of their own consciousness. Today, on this auspicious occasion, we come together to celebrate Vivekananda's incredible voyage and the profound impact he made on the world stage. Let us honor his legacy by exploring his teachings and reflecting upon the universal truths that he tirelessly sought to convey. Together, let us embrace the ideals he espoused: knowledge, harmony, and compassion, and strive towards a world where these virtues prevail. In our journey of paying tribute to Swami Vivekananda, we are deeply honored to have with us two special guests today: Swami Vivekananda Ji Maharaj, the esteemed Secretary of Ramakrishna Mission Institute of Culture, Gold Park, and Swami Vivekananda Ji Maharaj, the esteemed Secretary of Ramakrishna Mission Centre for Human Excellence and Social Sciences, Newtown. Their presence adds a touch of divine grace to this inaugural ceremony. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to Swami Vivekananda Ji and Swami Vivekananda Ji for joining us, and request them to inaugurate the exhibition by lighting the lamp, symbolizing our reverence for Swami Vivekananda's luminous legacy. I would also request our special guest, Sri Shoilen Mitro, and our Honorable Chairman Sir to join them for the inaugural lamp lighting ceremony. guests from the Dibyayan Yoga Research Centre to present a beautiful melodious presentation. Ms. Kajori Mitro, Shupriti Bhattacharya, Sumita Bashak, Atanu Das, and Manojit Bhattacharya in synthesizer.
Tomorrow
specialized in yoga, and he has the research and promotion of the benefits of yoga as well. We are honored to have you with us today, and we eagerly anticipate the insightful perspectives that you will offer. I would also request you to come forward and present us beautiful words to us, the Swadesh Mantra.
Jyoti Raja Yogi Vivekananda Suraye Sanchit Sukha Sarupayo Swamine Tapuharine. I am expressing my heartful gratitude to all of you, and especially to Mr. Neotia, Swamiji, Swami Supananandaji and Swami Vishwakanandaji. I am telling you with full responsibility that this day, the exhibition and the 31st May, this is happening for the first time in the history of India. Swamiji voiced, embarked in the ship, a peninsula. No one has observed this one. This is happening at the Ambuja Neotia group, the EcoSpace Tower 4B, for the first time in India. And I think all of you are very glad to be happy to be here, because you are the first pioneer to start this day as observance. I am not a regular speaker, you know. I am just a worker. I am not a regular speaker, but I am telling you one thing, that I will read the Swadesh Mantra in English. Actually, this was written or spoke by Swamiji in Bengali, but afterwards it has been translated to English. I hope everybody has got this one, so that if you say that I can start this one. Swadesh Mantra. With me, everybody will chant it. Swadesh Mantra. If the people I am requesting you to speak with me, then there will be a good vibration. Swadesh Mantra. O India, with this mere echoing of others, with this base imitation of others, with this dependence of others, this slavish weakness, this vile, detestable cruelty, what's there? With this provision only, scale the highest pinnacle of civil actions and greatness. Wouldst thou attain by means of thy disgraceful cowardice? That freedom deserved only by the brave and the heroic. O India, and forget not that the ideal of the womanhood is Sita, Savitri, Damayanti. Forget not that the God thou worship, peace is the great ascetic of ascetics, the all-renouncing Sankara, the Lord of Uma. Forget not that thou art born as a sacrifice to the mother's altar. Forget not that thy social order is but that the reflex of the infinite universal motherhood. Forget not that the lower classes, the ignorant, the poor, the illiterate, the cobbler, the sweeper are the flesh and blood, thy brothers Thou brave one, be bold, take courage, be proud that thou art an Indian and proudly proclaim, I am Indian and every Indian is my brother. Say, the ignorant Indian, the poor and destitute Indian, the Brahmin Indian, the Paris Indian is my brother. Thou, too clad with but a rag, round thy loins, proudly proclaims at the top of the voice, the Indian is my brother, the Indian is my life, India's God and goddesses are my God. India's society is a cradle of my infancy. The pleasure, garden of my youth, the sacred heaven, the Varanasi of my old age. Say, brother, the soil of India, my highest heaven. The good of India is my good. And repeat and pray day and night, vouchsafe manliness unto me. O thou mother of strength, take away my weakness, take away my unmanliness, and make me a man. I will complete my speaking with one example. I am repeating it once again and again and again, that if the people are the observers and the participants of the first time program happening in the India or in the world, no one has observed this day. So, there is one little story. Acharya Sunita Kumar Chatterjee was being called by the Oxford University to deliver a speech. He went there and he saw only 18 people are there. This not like this crowd, only 18 people. Anyway, he has nothing to do and he did his job. He delivered his speakings, etc., etc. After that, at the night, with the dinner of the Oxford University Chancellor, he said, "What for you have called me here? To speak in front of these 18 people. I could have sent a writing from India, you could have cytostyled it, and you can distribute it to the 18 people." The reply was very fantastic. These 18 people is the brainstream of the UK. And they will multiply your delivery, speech, your theme, your idea, 18 into 18 into 18 into 18. And this will vibrate throughout the UK. I will hope every people here and those who will come here to see these pictures, please try to transform yourself for the service of the for the service to the nation. It is a great pleasure. I will not mention any other things, only Subro, Mrinal, Orgho and Devasis that do know the play of Lord behind this one. Only these 4 people do know. Subhro, Orgho, Devasis, and Mrinal. And Mr. Neotia himself do know. So that when it is being done by the Lord himself, not by the Ambuja Neotia group, even not by the Dibyayan, try to be the instrument of Lord. Pranam everybody.
Swami Suparnananda Ji Maharaj, respected Swami Vivekananda Ji Maharaj, Shailendra, other members from the Dibyayan Yoga Research Centre, dear colleagues. I don't want to come much between you and the revered Swamijis who are here, because I think we are all here to hear them and to learn from them. But all I can say is that Shailendra has been very perseverant, something that Swamiji has perhaps taught him to keep at it for a very long time. We were hoping to do this, sometime COVID, sometime some other problem came. I thank my colleagues who have supported him to put this up. I think importantly, all I want to say is that Swamiji's message has resonance even today, even though he spoke it more than 150 years ago. He was the first person from the Indian soil that was able to create an indelible mark on the Western mind about the lofty ideals of our culture. Unfortunately, even though our civilization is so rich and so old and so evolved, the impression in the Western world over the last 200-300 years was a country in backwardness and abject poverty. Swamiji, with his brilliant oratory and the way he espoused the cause of our civilizational ethos, our culture and our religion, was able to speak to the world in a manner that they had never heard before. He spoke their language, but he spoke the content that he was able to instill in himself with the blessings of Ramakrishna Maharaj about the amazing evolution of our civilization, about its not just tolerance but its acceptance of other religions as just being different streams that lead unto the similar same ocean and mingles its waters. I think this was a great teaching and a great, I would say, sharing that he did with the world. And till today, we can find resonance of his various speeches and talks in our day-to-day lives. I pay my humble obeisance to Swamiji on this great occasion. I have benefited greatly from reading his works over the years. I have greatly benefited from hearing his talks through other Swamijis, and particularly from the Ramakrishna Mission. Many Swamiji's tapes are now on video and on digital medium, so I have the privilege of listening to them, and it has been greatly transformative for me personally. I would encourage all of you who, whenever you find time, please do listen to these videos. They can be really very special in the way you look at life. With these few words, thank you, sir. Thank you very much for gracing us.
Swami Suparnananda Ji Maharaj to please come up. And sir, we would request you to kindly felicitate Maharaj Ji. Sir. I would request Swami Vivekananda Ji Maharaj to please come up. Thank you so much, sir.
Om Jananim Sharadam Deving Ramakrishna Jagatgurum Padapatmitayo Sutta Pranama. So this morning is really a unique morning, I should say, because for the first time, I think in West Bengal, if not anywhere else, this day, when Swamiji made his historic voyage to the US for participating in the Parliament of Religions held in Chicago. So, just remembering this incident, Sri Aurobindo remarked that this, his sailing for the US and the subsequent events, these were the first sign of the fact that India has been waking up. India has awakened not only to survive but also to conquer. So we as a nation owe much to him and him alone, because that was the time when we were only a divisive force. There is no unity anywhere, especially in the arena of religion. Our religion has been, or should have been, Vedanta or Advaita philosophy, as he has declared, but instead we had so many religions. Still we are having so many religions, so many sects. But he has not taken away any of the deities that we have so long been worshipping. He asks us to have a renewed faith in the worship of the gods and goddesses that you so endearingly been doing. You do that, but at the same time, you have to look into the great fact which lies beyond your individual perception. That fact is that the truth of all truths, Advaita. We do not want to understand Advaita as such even today. Dear friends, I am indebted to Harshavardhanji, Suren Mitraji, for inviting me to speak a few words on the subject itself, the very core subject, which we do not want to know even. The Vedanta has been ridiculed. It was ridiculed by Rammohan Rai, it was ridiculed by Vidyasagar even. And it is Vidyasagar, Krishna Vidyasagar, he himself, being a Pandit, Sanskrit Pandit, reading a lot about Sanskrit culture, Sanskrit literature, and religious texts also. He banned it. He did write a letter with the Viceroy, Indian Viceroy, requesting him to discontinue the study of Advaita Siddhi, a treatise on Vedanta philosophy. And thenceforth, the solid picture of truth. We didn't have even the tradition of teaching Vedanta. And Ramon Rai declared Vedanta is a life negating. Vidyasagar told life it is a false philosophy. Because world is not real. World is unreal. And we have nothing to do with a philosophy which does not take into account the very fact that we are living in an unreal world. So we don't want to make it better. That was the plea, that was the intention. Anyway, Swamiji made Vedanta so simple. What did he say? It is only Advaita Vedanta, it has got this grandeur that it recognizes partial truths in every faith. Partial truths. Every faith is true. But if they claim that that is their, the sect or the fact that they adhere to is the only truth, they are mistaken. They are also, their faith is also true, but it is partial. For example, you all know that there are three kinds of religious sects. One, Dvaitoism, that there is God and devotee. There is a God and there is a devotee. So it is a comparison between man and a man. Man and a superman. Then, Vishishtadvaita by Ramakrishna, it speaks of Advaita, but in a sense of qualification. Advaita has to be qualified. And Advaita Vedanta, Moniji, that speaks of that you alone is true, but not this physical you, not this mental you as a spirit. So long we have been all taught to observe our faith religion, where we have religiosity, so many rituals, this and that. Now Swamiji changed it to spirituality. We are all followers of spirituality. And we want to be spiritual and not religious as such. Now I try to expound it a bit greater detail. So we have a body. And we think of God as a body only. That's why we sit before an image of a god or a goddess and worship. So it is good. It is good for the beginners. That you cannot think of anything of yourself other than body. What is good? Go with it. But don't feel that body alone is true. Whatever you see in the waking state, Jagrat Avastha, alone true. But when you go to sleep and dream, and in dream you see something which does not tally with your experiences of the waking state, Jagrat Avastha. Jagrat Avastha and the Avastha in dream are contradictory sometimes, and oftentimes. In a very special case, there may be some sort of synchronization, but otherwise we feel that whatever we see in dream is not true in the waking state. That has to be. Why? Why? We remember dream. And while sleeping, on the bed in my own room, bolted from within. I started dreaming, getting out of the room, moving about the outside world, seeing so many things, creating a new world in mind, in dream, enjoying all these dreams and sufferings maybe. But we do not want to rationalize it. Dreams are all true in dream state. They are found all false in the waking state. That is it. But what you are dreaming is true because it is your mind which is subtler than your physical body. Try to analyze your dream. And you see everything. Not with the eyes only. You see the world that you create in dream in your mind's eye. That's a beautiful song by Tagore. What is that? Monche Roy Mone Mone Heri Madhuri. Have you heard it? If you not, you get it. Download it from your mobiles. Monche Roy Mone Mone Heri Madhuri. Mind is staring at. Mind is seeing. Mind can see in dream. And what light? It is the light of the Atma Jyoti. And all the physical forms of light are absent. But still you can remember when you get up. So this is the subtle aspect of our existence. We can separate, segregate, isolate our mind from our body. And that we do in dream. Mind that. That is a great feat. You cannot do it. You cannot do it in the waking state. Can you do? Can you isolate your mind from your body in the waking state, in Jagrata Avastha? No, possibly not. But that has to be done. That is the task of the yoga. So Swamiji has brought into the picture the very validity and the superiority of yoga. Yoga can do that. You have to sit for meditation. In the beginning, you have to have Nadi Shuddhi by controlling your breathing. You have to systematically breathe. That apart, you have to concentrate. You have to concentrate your mind on a particular idea or a particular object. If you can hold your mind on a particular object for 12 seconds, you have one dharana. And such 12 dharanas will produce one dhyana. And such 12 dhyanas will produce one samadhi. What is that samadhi? That samadhi is nothing but the very state of your existence in deep sleep state or dreamless state. When you have no dream, only continuous sleep, you are not conscious of your existence as body, as mind, as intellect, nothing. Not even you are a sannyasi, you are a man or a woman, a chandala or a brahmin, a Christian or a Hindu, a Muslim and a Jew, a rich and a poor, even a sinner and a saint. There is no distinction in deep sleep state. So each soul is potentially divine. We are all one with our spirit in us. That is the spirit. We are one with the spirit. So our goal is to know that spirit. Swami Vivekananda just did a twist what Sri Ramakrishna said. The goal of a human being is to realize God. But Swamiji explained this God. God is not coming from outside in yourself. God is within us. And that very God with whom you are one with for more than 4 to 5 or 6 hours a day. Otherwise you would not have become saved. Insanity would have grown. If you cannot sleep for 3 or 4 days in a row, you would become mad. If you cannot sleep. Why? Because you have to be one with your own real nature. When you are in deep sleep, what do you think about your home, your relations, your body, your power and positions you enjoy? Nothing. In that very sense, the world around you is false. In that very sense, the world around you is false. But being one with the Spirit, you are at the highest pinnacle, the highest state of that exalted state of your existence. You exist as a spirit, ultimately. That's a great fact. But at the same time, you have no right to say that your body is not there. Body is there. Body is there. Your mind is there. So your psychology is there, your physical bodies, that is there. And anything that has been developed concerning your body and mind, that is Dvaitavad and Vishtadvaitada, they are true in those very senses. That's why Swamiji says that whatever you are doing, you do that, but don't lower down your idea. Your practical ultimate goal is to get to that. And when you feel, you may not be able to realize that state of samadhi. I know. Even by taking recourse to your yoga philosophy, or yoga practices, you don't expect, or we even won't expect, that one day we will be able to realize the spirit in us. So we are really divine, no doubt. But to realize that divinity, we have to have an approach. Approach what? You have to make your mind pure. Pure mind is a must. Pure mind. Pure mind is a must. That means you have purity in yourself. That is a fact. You cannot have any ambiguity. That fact you have to trust. In that fact, you have to have faith. Then you try to find out how to make your mind pure. You can make your mind pure, Swamiji says, in a very practical way. If you be unselfish in your dealings with others, or other words, you have to purify your work, or in other words, you have to purify your profession, your occupation. Mind that occupation is the meeting ground of the divine and human in your own life. Occupation. Whatever you are, does not belong to you alone. Everybody else has a share. You have to be very practical on this aspect. In your own personal life, you have to exercise this charity. I know that is a compulsory charity you have been, say, practicing. You may just object to my statement. Maharaj, we have all been paying heavy taxes. Tax is a form of compulsory charity, I know. But over and above that, you have to make. That is not sufficient. For you to sanctify your mind. This is a very practical suggestion. That's why, in order to get to the doorstep of spirit, divinity, you have to start with your personal life. And in the Bhagavad Gita, it has been exhorted. A very important item for you, or suggestion. You can just feel if you can do that. That is, in English it is those who are eating for themselves are eating sin only. Bhunjate te tu agham papa je pachanti atma karanat. Bhunjate te tu agham papa je pachanti atma karanat. It is really very important for us. We have no right to cook for us only. So this is what Swamiji says. And he developed the concept of Seva Yoga through service, done in the spirit of sacrifice. You can be united with your spirit, the divine. So our purpose of living is a great purpose. Our purpose of living is to create a Vedantic society of freedom, a Vedantic society of equality, and a milieu which would be Vedantic in nature, meaning that we have to develop the sacredness of our personality. Each person must be made sacred in society. Each person in society. So Vedantic concept of freedom, it is freedom from the senses, not freedom of the senses. Chakshu, Karna, Jiva, Nasika, these are the 5 sense organs through which we enjoy. We have to have perfect control over them. So if we understood freedom like this, then we have to give freedom to our senses and tell, go and enjoy. No, not that. We have to have freedom from the senses. Freedom from the senses. The sense objects are there. Rupa, Sabda, Gandha, Sparsha. They are all stalking around. But I am not granting them any scope to be with me, to disturb me. You have to have full freedom. Freedom to control your passion, greed, avarice, this and that. Vedantic concept of freedom, not the freedom that the champions of Renaissance uttered so many years ago, so many centuries ago. That's why we didn't have that sort of society. You have not to inflate your appetite for enjoying the things, but you have to have perfect control over your senses. That is your real freedom. And equality because every person is potentially equal. Potentially, we are all pure, divine. In deep sleep, it is not only a statement coming from the scripture, but we also feel during deep sleep state that we are all one with something which we do not know. And during that state, everything else is vanishing. So a jagat se Mahamayar chaya matra. This world, visible world, is not true. That is a shadow of that great truth. Shadow is not true. So this world cannot exist on its own. And that's why it is called reality. Scientist, the great scientist Einstein has also proved it. And it is very easy to prove that your body is true. That's why your shadow is false. And the shadow takes several forms as you move away from sun, or sun moves away from you. Anyway, so this is it. Brothers and sisters, I tell you that this is the theory that we have to be one with our existence, which is called divinity, purity, or spirit. We have to live a spiritual life. We have to be spiritual. And for that, this is the instrument. This is the sadhana. Practice. What practice? Seva, you. That's why the persons you are serving, you are a pujari only. Teacher pujari. Students are the objects of worship. Vyavsayi pujari. The buyers who come to you to receive things in exchange of money, they are your objects of God. You are the pujari, Vyavsayi pujari, Ukil pujari, Vicharok pujari. The clients are to be looked upon as the veritable gods and goddesses. So that way, we are only the pujari, the worshippers. And if you are the objects of worship, if we are to worship you, everybody, then we cannot possibly exploit it. Exploitation becomes zero. Only that way this is visible. So it is not for the Swamijis alone or the seekers of spirituality alone that these scriptural truths are there. Each and every citizen living in a country, living in the world, will have to be very much sincere in following the simple life. So life of sacrifice while serving others. Ya Devi Sapprabhuteshu Vritti Rupenu Samstita. Have you ever given any thought to this statement? In the Chandigita appears. The mother of the universe is nothing but my profession itself. She is my profession itself. Harshji, you just try to understand it. So I am worshipping Mother herself in and through my discharge of my professional duty. So how much prayerful, thoughtful you have to be? How much? So Vritti has become such an important fact in life. Where you solid picture you have to face in life. You know that. That's why I say, I request all of you, you try to observe this principle, very practical principle in all your life. Atmopamena sarvatva samam pashyati yorjana sukham va jyotiva dukkham sorry, yogi paramata. Be a karma yogi. How? Try to feel the sufferings of others as your own suffering. The joys of others as your own joys. Atmopamena sarvatva samam pashyati yorjana sukham va jyotiva dukkham. আমরা কিন্তু অনেকেই অন্যের দুঃখে চোখে জল ফেলি। That is only natural. We are not that hard-hearted. We do that. We shed tears. We have that sort of soft heart, you think. But it is far more important to rejoice at your friend's success. সেটা কি পারি? অন্যের সুখ আমার সুখ হবে, অন্যের দুঃখ আমার দুঃখ হয়, অনেক সময় আমরা এগিয়ে যাই। We try to help others. কিন্তু অন্যের সুখে ভগবান শ্রীকৃষ্ণ had added another condition. অন্যের সুখে তোমাকে সুখ অনুভব করতে হবে। There you need to have a separate form of greatness. কিন্তু মহাপ্রাণতা দরকার। আপনার মেয়ে জয়েন্টে চান্স পেয়েছে, মেডিকেল চান্স পেয়েছে, ওনার ছেলে চান্স পায়নি। You are all friends, good friends. You are going to celebrate the success of your son. You have invited your friend whose daughter could not succeed that much, or she failed. He would not come. He would not come. You would lose him in the company of your friends there. Why? That is it. So not only feeling sorrowful, but you have to feel also blissful with others. That is very difficult for us to do. We have to emulate. And this is the idea. How far you can be able to perform, that is up to you. So to have and to hold. Swamiji's whole philosophy has been summarized by Sister Nivedita this way. To have and to hold is as good a trust as to avoid and to quit. But we give 100% attention to the first half. We want to have and to hold. And the second part we altogether forget. Or do not want to remember. You have to have. To have and to hold is also as true the fact as quit and to avoid. Do you follow? You do not have so many things. So suppose, you do not have any, say, marriage. You want to have marriage. Yes, you marry a girl. Or you marry a boy. It is not that you alone want to have the things. You have to protect it, preserve it, to have and to hold. So nowadays we see that the boys are married and then after a month or so, they started complaining. Marriage must fail. Our marriage cannot stand for long. Why? Well, we have found out differences. You were two different minds before marriage. Marriage only made you one. But that too, these are open to you. Anytime you can become two. You have to work on it consciously. So you have to do a lot to preserve a thing that you had. আমাদের অনেক কিছু নেই, আমরা কালেকশন করি। এটা কি বলা হচ্ছে যোগক্ষেম। The thing that we do not have, we will have to collect. So collection and preservation. আমরা ওখানেই শেষ করি। But whatever you have collected and preserved, ultimately you have to leave behind. That's why you have to quit and to avoid. You have to avoid. You have to quit. মৃত্যুতে সব শেষ করে দিতে হয় আমাদের। পুরো যে দেনা রয়েছে আমাদের, ঋণ, we are indebted to society. We have to repay it, but at death. That is not good. Before death, you try. That is it. Anyway, I have spoken a lot. Thank you for your patient hearing. I told you not for the sake of speaking. If you can emulate some of the ideas that Swamiji has given us, Swamiji would be pleased. Swamiji would be pleased. And Swamiji says that all accumulations are for subsequent distributions. Only the fools do not see that. Don't be fools. Don't be fools.
Ji Maharaj. And I would request Swami Vivekananda Ji Maharaj to please share a few words.
Om Namah Shri Yatirajaya Vivekananda Suraya Satchit Sukha Sarupaya Swamine Tapaharine. Revered Swami Vivekananda Ji Maharaj, distinguished guests, and Vivekananda admirers. I am very happy to be here. I very much I'm giving thanks to Mr. Mitra for inviting me here for this beautiful function. One thing I like to share with you, that which photos have been exhibiting here. It was introduced by Dibyayan. Dibyayan is our institution at Ranchi, Moravadi, and these photos firstly printed at Dibyayan, and we started this exhibition from there itself. So now I am very much happy to see those photos here. আমরা যখন প্রথম এগুলো শুরু করি তখন লোকে বলেছিল এগুলোর কি সার্থকতা আছে স্বামীজির এই এক্সিবিশনগুলো করে। তখন আমরা বলেছিলাম যে স্বামীজির এই এক্সিবিশনগুলোর মধ্য দিয়ে সমস্ত আমরা করেছিলাম স্কুল এবং কলেজ স্টুডেন্টদের জন্য। এই এক্সিবিশনের মধ্য দিয়ে স্বামীজির লাইফ এবং টিচিংসের একটা আইডিয়া স্টুডেন্টদের মধ্যে যাবে, এবং সেই আইডিয়াটা যতটুকু পারবে অ্যাকুমুলেট করতে পারলে তাদের জীবনে তারা অনেক কিছু লাভ করবে। তাদের স্বাভিমান, তাদের চরিত্র গঠন, তাদের মানসিকতা, তাদের একাগ্রতা, তাদের শ্রদ্ধা, এই সমস্ত কিছু তারা লাভ করবে স্বামীজির জীবন এবং বাণীর মধ্য দিয়ে। তো এই এক্সিবিশনগুলোর সার্থকতা এই, আমি অত্যন্ত আনন্দিত যে 266টা এক্সিবিশন দিব্যায়ন করেছে। আরও আপনারা এরকম এক্সিবিশন করুন এবং সেগুলো স্টুডেন্টদের মধ্যে হলে সবচেয়ে ভালো হয়। এবং আজকের এই অনুষ্ঠানে আপনারা খুব সুন্দর বক্তৃতা শুনলেন স্বামী সুপর্ণানন্দজির কাছে ইন্ডিয়ান স্ক্রিপচারের উপর। সময় অনেক হয়ে গেছে, কাজে আমি আর বক্তৃতার মধ্যে ঢুকছি না। সকলকে ধন্যবাদ জানিয়ে নমস্কার জানিয়ে শেষ করছি।
Swami Vivekananda Ji Maharaj. So we are at the very end of our inaugural ceremony, and I would request my colleague Mr. Shivendu Das to present with you a beautiful melodious composition.
Good afternoon. Today I am presenting at a Gorso Aguner Poroshmoni Choma Prane. My respect to all of you, especially to Swamiji Maharaj, both of you. The line translated in English, Aguner Poroshmoni Choma Prane, means give a touch of the fiery magical stone to my life. Purify me, clarify me, enlighten me. With all severe pain, purify my soul. Uphold my mortal body high, enlightened Allow me to serve your temple as the burning lamp inside. Let the lamp radiate through my songs. With your petite touches into the darkness. Nascent stars arise glimmering all night. My eyes will not find a dark spot anywhere. It will be light everywhere. All my sufferings would burn and soar upwards into the sky. Let Swami Vivekananda's teachings be that light that enlighten us and make us pure. আগুনের পরশমণি ছোঁয়াও প্রাণে এ জীবন পূর্ণ করো এ জীবন পূর্ণ করো এ জীবন পূর্ণ করো এ জীবন পূর্ণ করো আগুনের পরশমণি ছোঁয়াও প্রাণে আমার দেহখানি তুলে ধরো তোমার দেবালয়ে প্রদীপ করো নিশিদিন আলোক শিখা জ্বলুক গানে নিশিদিন আলোক শিখা জ্বলুক গানে আগুনের পরশমণি ছোঁয়াও প্রাণে আধারের গায়ে গায়ে পরশ তব সারা রাত ফোটাক তারা নব নব নয়নের দৃষ্টি হতে ঘুচবে কালো যেখানে পড়বে সেথায় দেখবে আলো ব্যথা মন উঠবে জ্বলে ঊর্ধ্বপানে ব্যথা মন উঠবে জ্বলে ঊর্ধ্বপানে আগুনের পরশমণি ছোঁয়াও প্রাণে এ জীবন পূর্ণ করো এ জীবন পূর্ণ করো এ জীবন পূর্ণ করো এ জীবন পূর্ণ করো দোলনারে আগুনের পরশমণি ছোঁয়াও প্রাণে। ধন্যবাদ, থ্যাংক ইউ।
One minute, please. We the members of Dibyayan do like to felicitate Mr. Neotia. I am requesting Mr. Neotia to stand up and please come to this dais. This is a privilege. Please. You have heard that he is trying to do this exhibition for a long days, and ultimately he has the tenacity to do this one. I said do it, and it has been happened on this very famous day. Orgo, আমি ঠিক না ভুল? শুভ্র, দেবাশিস দা, মৃণাল,
সব আপনার কারণে।
না না না,
এরা পারতো না ছাড়া। আপনি ডান্ডা লেগে পিছনে লেগেছে। আপনি স্পিরিট বিহাইন্ড।
Performance by Shantanu, Mr. Shantanu De.
বিশ্ব চরাচর
special event, and it is with utmost gratitude and deep appreciation that we extend our sincere thanks to all those who have made this event a resounding success. First and foremost, we express our heartfelt thanks to the esteemed Ramakrishna Mission for their unwavering support and collaboration throughout this journey. Their guidance, wisdom, and commitment to spreading Swami Vivekananda's teachings have been instrumental in shaping this exhibition. We are truly honored to have Swami Supandanandaji Maharaj and Swami Vishokanandaji Maharaj among us today, whose presence has enriched our understanding and inspired us to strive for spiritual growth. We extend our sincere appreciation to Mr. Shoilen Mitro from the Dibyayan Yoga Research Centre for their valuable contributions and participation. Your dedication to the research and significant role in spreading the importance of yoga has been highly inspiring. We would like to express our profound gratitude to our Chairman Sir, Shri Ambuja Neotia, for his constant support and encouragement. Lastly, but certainly not the least, we extend our heartfelt thanks to each and every one of you present here, along with Mr. Mrinal Kanti Dhali, the admin team and the support staff, and the team which has been working with their heart and soul for making this event a grand success, the entire team of group branding.
Shubro?
Yes, the entire team of group branding led by Shubro sir.
Devashish sir?
Everyone, Dibyayan sir as well, right? So let us remember the spirit of Swami Vivekananda's teachings goes beyond his exhibition. So may we carry his message of universal brotherhood, selflessness, and empowerment in our hearts, and continue to make this a positive impact in our lives and the world around us. Thank you and have a wonderful day.